Hi, I'm Justin Boyd.
Hi, I'm George Luna.
I'm Brittany Pacheco.
I'm Frank Cooper.
And we are the Watchers in the Basement.
Welcome to another edition of the Watchers in the Basement. We are here today, and guys, we got some time between the start of Loki and the end of the Falcon Winter Soldier. But we're going to start off with Loki news because our wait for Loki's not going to be as long as we thought it was. It's going to be 2 days earlier. So Loki's now going to be released on Wednesdays, starting on June 9th. And it's going to be 6 episodes. So 6 Wednesdays in June and July, we're going to be watching the God of Mischief. So,
what was that reaction, George?
Only 6?
Yeah, only 6. Yeah.
I'm not feeling this 6 episodes.
6 episodes.
41 minutes with like 10 minutes of its credits. Like, I'm not feeling it. Like, you're Disney. Like, give me an hour, give me 10 episodes. Come on, let's get the show on the road.
I agree with
that. That's fair. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that definitely is something. I don't know why that seems to be like a magic number. Because even with the boys, wasn't it? Is it 8 episodes?
It's 8. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't understand. Like, why are they just not, going all the way to like 10 or that kind of thing? I mean, give us more.
You know why? Because they don't have to. They can do whatever they want. They know we're happy to watch whatever. So
clearly not, because we just said that we don't want to watch just 6 episodes, and then Frank pointed out 10 minutes is credits. I mean, we don't want that.
I'm fine with it. I haven't heard the run times. I mean, what if it's like an hour and 20 for a couple of those episodes? Or
still, I don't want 10 minutes of credits.
Well, I mean, there's no avoiding that, because they got to put all the languages and stuff, and so that's the way it is.
That's fair.
But the interesting thing for me is like, I think we're all used to this Friday model. It started with The Mandalorian, and then, you had The Mandalorian season 2, then you've had WandaVision and Falcon Winter Soldier. This one's going to be in the middle of the week. So I wonder, what's the reasoning behind the change? Is it because they think people are going to be going out to the movies now that things are starting to open back up, and that, Friday is typically a movie night? Or, are they preparing for the fact that pretty soon we're going to have Star Wars and Marvel content going not head to head per se, but they're going to be going up the same week, and so maybe Star Wars gets Friday and Marvel takes Wednesday. What do y'all think about that?
I think they should do Marvel Mondays and drop things on Monday. I don't know. I really honestly don't know. I'm okay with a midweek drop, because that's already happening with the Handmaid's Tale. I'm obviously all in on that. I don't know. For me, it's kind of something to look forward to, during the middle of the week. It breaks the monotony of just work. But then if I want to go back and rewatch it, on the weekend or, that kind of thing, obviously it's, it's there. But I think the fact that, movie theaters are starting to slowly, open, and people are going to come back to the movies. And yes, typically Friday nights are movie nights and that kind of thing. So it makes sense. Honestly, I just want more content. I want more than 6 episodes of anything. What do you guys think?
I know why they're going to do it on Wednesday.
Oh,
why's that?
Because the Watchers Wednesday. It's we're on Wednesday. They want to compete with us.
We're going to have to change our day of recording. We're going to have to record on Wednesdays now, because otherwise we're going to be almost a full week behind. So this is going to bring major changes for us. Not major changes, but one
major
day.
Changes.
So now we can record Wednesday mornings and just post the show in the afternoon.
Yeah, about that.
No, the one thing that that I think about it is I don't mind. I really don't care which day it comes on. I just wish that they would give it a primetime release, kind of what HBO did with Game of Thrones. Even if you were watching I didn't have HBO per se, but I had HBO before HBO Max. What was it called? HBO Go or something. Go. Yeah. And so, whenever Game of Thrones would be released at 8 on Sundays or whatever time it was, they would release it at that time. And to me, I think by giving it a primetime release, you kind of make it more of an event. I think.
That makes sense. Frank, you have any thoughts on any of that?
I mean, I'm fine with the Wednesday release. I'm sure there's a reason behind it. Like, I mean, I didn't know Star Wars. So there's a new Star Wars show coming out too.
I mean, eventually there's going to be a bunch of there's so much Marvel and so much Star Wars kind of coming that it'd almost be impossible for them to avoid each other. So I don't know. Well, no, I do know. Like, there's a current Star Wars show going on now, and I think it'll still be going on when Loki begins. I believe. I don't know. It's called The Bad Batch. It's an animated show. I'm not watching it, so I don't know anything about it besides the title. So
yeah,
but
yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I'm so biased. Like, every time a new Star Wars cartoon or TV show comes on, I'm like, my God, that's like oversaturation. But like, here goes with Marvel. Like, with it seems like every 6 weeks there's a new show coming out, a new movie release. So I get it. I guess. I mean, there's always gonna be a cult following the fans. Following this these movie phenomenons and TV shows and stuff. So I guess, I mean, hey, people keep watching and keep making it, I guess.
Well, unless you're a Gina Carano fan, then you might not be into Star Wars anymore.
Good point.
I would just say with Star Wars and versus Marvel, it's like Marvel has so many stories to tell and they tell them so well. And I think Star Wars is the opposite. They had one really good story. They told it. And they're just like trying to grasp at straws to come up with another story. And I mean, some people like some of the other stuff, but I mean, you can't tell me that these stories aren't they're very derivative of the main one. Like, yeah, they had one good idea.
Why don't they just go back to George Lucas and have him create more stories? I don't understand.
Well, I mean, he created some of the bad stuff too. So, and they bought him out. So
yeah, Jar Jar Binks. That was bad. That was really bad.
The prequels were all him. So
no, I think with the only other Star Wars that I'm interested, and I hope they do a decent job with it, is the Kenobi series. I hope that will be decent. I love Ewan McGregor. I think he did a fantastic job as being Obi-Wan, so hopefully that'll do well, but you never know. You just never know, truthfully. So it's true. But I am excited about Loki. I mean, Tom Hiddleston brings it. I think him and it's Owen Wilson. I was about to say Woody Harrelson. That's something else we're going to talk about later in this show. Right. I don't know why I kind of think, not that they're one and the same person, but they're very similar in the sense of like they're comedy in a way, but maybe that's just me. But no, Owen Wilson.
All I would say to that is wow. Wow.
That's good.
That's my best Owen Wilson right there. Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. No, but yeah, to see Tom Hiddleston with Owen Wilson in Loki, I think I like to see how they're going to play off each other. You know what I'm saying? So June 9th is Loki, correct? And that is a Wednesday. That is just right around the corner. So yeah. I'm excited.
And, also with it being on Wednesday, that way it won't compete directly with Black Widow. Because Black Widow will come out. It'll be a Friday in July. Is it July 9th or July 7th or something?
That's a good question. I can't remember right now. 1, 2,
it's
3,
July
4.
9th. That's when,
okay.
Yeah. And so if I do the quick math, that means, yeah, we'll still have, there's still going to be another Loki episode after Black Widow comes out. So
nice.
So that's probably a part of it too. I'm sure they just didn't want to have they didn't want to have their movie and their TV show on one day. Why dominate one day when you can dominate 2 days? You know what I mean? So that's probably their plan.
And the next 2 years at that.
That's true. That's true. Speaking of dominating, let's talk about a movie.
Dominatrix, yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about Dominatrix. Yeah. Is it Dominatrix? Yeah. Like, what's the plural of Dominatrix?
Dominatrix. I don't know.
Dominatrix?
I was gonna go like octopus to octopi, so it was. Yeah. I don't know. I was trying to do the same thing. You know what?
Like Dominatrixes? I don't know, but it's your fault we're on this, not mine.
I know. Sorry.
What I was gonna say. what I was gonna say is, and I have no transition for this. I just want to say,
dominatrixes.
oh, there you go. Okay, words are hard sometimes.
They are.
They're difficult. Yeah.
No.
So Frank, this next topic, you brought our attention to this. There's a sequel coming out to Venom. And all I've got to say, it's called Venom, Let There Be Carnage. All I've got to say is Eminem's song Venom better be on this movie. Like,
man, I'm telling you, man. I'm excited, man. It dropped yesterday morning, and I watched it like 10 times before I actually shared it with you guys. So I was being a bit selfish.
What do you think about it?
I think it's gonna be dope. I like the first one. Like I thought I like how they gave the Venom symbiote some personality. Mm-hmm. I think it adds a little bit more content and more colorfulness to the movie. So the trailer itself, like, I think it's gonna be even better than the first one. It's very rare that sequels are better than the first one, but and I think Woody Harrelson is a fantastic actor. So to see him play Cletus Cassidy, I can't wait to see that that change, because like it's kind of like the Joker. You have to go to a certain edge of humanity, of psychoticness, to play that character. And from the interviews I've seen of Woody Harrelson talking about it, I think it's gonna be we're gonna be in for a treat. I can't wait to see this Cletus Cassidy incarnation in this movie.
And he'll be Carnage, correct? That's who.
Yeah.
Okay. And Carnage is basically Venom but red, right?
Yeah, so in the symbiote world, symbiotes, they breed. They breed other symbiotes, and the newer symbiote is always stronger than the previous symbiote that bred it. So is that a word, bred it? Because I don't want to say conceive, because it doesn't, not conceiving. It creates another symbiote. So
right.
And so it's stronger than the previous symbiote, and then depending on the personality of its host, it can be even stronger. And with Cletus Cassidy being a serial killer and a madman, Carnage is one of the more popular, more powerful symbiotes in the Spideyverse universe. So,
George, what did you think about the trailer?
Oh, it was badass. I love the first movie already. I thought it was amazing. How Frank said they gave the Venom character, and he was basically a fucking loser. Yeah, they made him seem like a loser and stuff. He was like, I don't know. I like the relationship that Tom Hardy's character has with Venom, and I'm excited for the movie. I want to see what Woody Harrelson does with this role, because we didn't really get to see too much in the trailer, like of him as Carnage. We saw that like towards the very end, and it was very little. But I'm excited to see what happens. And yeah, what about you, Britt?
I didn't watch the trailer. Sorry. No, I do enjoy, I do very much enjoy Tom Hardy. Yum. But Venom, I wasn't like entirely too impressed with the movie. So Frank, by you saying that the sequel looks better than the first movie, that to me, I hope will hold true. And I don't really like having expectations like that anymore. Ever since Game of Thrones, because wow. But again, having, Woody Harrelson like take on this type of character, which to me seems just very out of, I don't know, just out of the blue in a way, because he kind of like has his niche of different roles he's taken on. But I'm now very curious to watch the trailer. I do very much like the persona that Venom has, these beings that have like, I don't know. I think my favorite part in the Venom movie is when he called what's his name, pussy, just because. Yeah, he was just like, what was it? He didn't want to jump up, onto the building or jump down from the building, so he took the elevator or something like that. That to me was like the funniest part of the whole damn movie. Otherwise, it was just a little dragged out, in my opinion. But I am now very interested to watch this trailer, and hopefully I'll be as excited to check out Venom 2 when it comes out.
I think with Sony, what makes this so interesting to me is that this is all original story content. I mean, there's some aspects from the comic books, like the villains, like Riot and Carnage in this sequel, but Venom started off as a villain. He was a Spider-Man nemesis, right? Like in Spider-Man, Peter Parker had that symbiote first. Right. So for Sony to completely X out that storyline, create a whole new storyline, and make Tom Hardy, his character, a hero from the gate, I was kind of iffy on that, but they made it work. Like the story's believable, and Tom Hardy, man, like make no mistake, this guy played Bane in the DC universe, and he's playing Venom now. Like the guy's acting chops is incredible, and I can't wait to see where he takes his character, from here on out.
Big fan, Tom Hardy. Big fan. His first movie, I will say, I think I've said this before, was he had a very small role in the Sofia Coppola movie, Marie Antoinette. And you look at him in that movie, in that, what do you call it? 18th century kind of vibe with the wig and, the French, attire. And then you look at him as, either Bane or now as Venom. And you're like, that's the same guy. It's almost like seeing Henry Cavill in The Count of Monte Cristo as a very young man, and then you see him, of course, now as Superman. The transformation, the glow up, is fucking real. Let me just say that right now. Not that they were bad looking, but they got buff. I mean, like, hello, hi, yum. Sorry.
Yeah, he got yoked for Dark Knight Rises.
He did.
Yeah, yes, you know what else is also real is the HGH. It's very real. I mean, I'm not throwing any shade like that. I mean, I would hit that stuff too. It's very expensive. No, it's very expensive. It's not cheap.
Hey guys, if you want to sponsor us out there, sponsor us.
Right. If you want to give us some free HGH to try, I
won't. I'm okay.
I'll definitely do it. I might do it on the show if you want me to. Like,
now I'm all for another abbreviation that starts with a T and ends with a C. THC. So anyway, I don't. Okay. Moving on.
I concur.
So
yes.
Back to Venom. That movie was very successful. It made over $1 billion, and it came out in October of 2018 or 19, one of the two. For an October movie to make $1 billion, that's pretty good. I mean, that's really good. I saw it, like, I don't know, maybe 6 months, a year later. I enjoyed it. I was surprised about how good. I didn't think it was going to be very good, but I liked it. My only question is, how long can they do the Venom storyline before they bring in Tom Holland's Spider-Man or a Spider-Man?
Yeah, that's a good question, because, like, I remember, so when Venom hit theaters and it made all that money, I was reading articles, and like the writers and directors and the president of Sony, they want to create a Spideyverse, but without Spider-Man. So there was like a Kraven the Hunter movie in the works, a Spider-Woman movie in the works, Morbius with Jared Leto movie in the works. So you have all these Spider-Man villains and nemesis coming out, but there's no room. There has been no word for like Spider-Man being in this universe. But look, if those other movies I mentioned is anything like Venom, they'll be just fine.
Yeah, I think eventually Spider-Man is going to work his way into these movies. I think it's only maybe a couple more of these, and they have to do that. I think that's what they want to do. It's like
he's a Sony property. Like, why would he, so.
Well, I mean, they get co-billing and co-credit, for the Spider-Man movies. The one, like, there's a new one coming out around Christmas time. So,
and didn't Disney recently say that they are now showing the Sony movies, the Sony Spider-Man movies on Disney Plus? Did I read that somewhere correctly?
They're going to.
They will be. Yeah. Okay. There's a bunch of different like contractual agreements with the release of this stuff. And I think it just, I mean, I don't think it said the stuff's going to live on there. I think it'll first be on, Netflix or whatever it was going to be on. Then it'll move to Disney.
I see.
Plus at a certain point. Yeah.
Got it. Well, I can do without the Andrew Garfield adaptations. Just saying, wasn't a huge fan of those. So
I hope he's in Spider-Man 3 somehow. I really do. Or what's it called? No Way Home. I don't. He's saying he's not in it, but I mean, that doesn't mean he could be just lying to everybody. But
No.
I hope he's in it. I hope Tobey Maguire's in it. I hope they just like do a full on, you know, Spider-Verse live action movie. That would be cool.
No.
If Miles Morales, if there's a live action Miles Morales character in this movie, I may pee in my pants. I'm just saying. I'm gonna be really.
I mean, there's gonna be. I don't know if it'll be this movie, but I mean, there will be for sure. The next 10 years, 5 years or so, probably, definitely they'll do that.
I'd actually have to watch that Miles Morales movie. I know John started watching it the other day.
You haven't seen it yet?
No.
Bruh, it's like one of the best. It's like, in my opinion, it's the best Spider-Man movie out there.
I know y'all.
Yeah,
y'all
it's
keep
the
telling me
best.
that. I'm not into Spider-Man like the rest of you guys are. I don't know.
You should watch it just because it looks cool. Like it looks incredible. Nothing looks like the way it looks.
But didn't you say it's like, wasn't it released like as a 3D type movie or something like that?
I saw it regularly.
Was it? Okay.
I don't know. Maybe it was, but I saw it in the regular theaters. Like
Yeah, I was just gonna say because I can't see 3D.
Yeah.
You know, girls with vision problems over here. But I'll give it a go. I know it's still on Netflix for the time being. So
Is it?
I don't think
it is.
Or is it?
No. I think it's been gone from Netflix for a little while.
Oh, my bad. Well, I know John was watching it on demand. We have Xfinity, so I think I'll probably view it that way. But yeah, I'll let you know. It's just not one of my go-to, like, oh, I feel like watching a Spider-Man movie. Never gonna happen. So
Spider-Man is arguably the most popular comic book character ever.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree, just not one of mine. So
fair.
Moving on.
Okay, to another comic book series that I think that maybe I care about. So Netflix released the new series last Friday. It's called Jupiter's Legacy. And I knew nothing about this until a few months ago. And I heard it was coming out to Netflix. The trailer, I didn't think the trailer looked that great. But I really enjoyed the show. I watched all 8 episodes like in 2 days, which is unheard of for me because I'm not really a binge watcher. But I knocked out the first season of it, and I thought it was kind of interesting the way the story that's told. It's a series. There's kind of a Superman character. His name's the Utopian, and he has like this super powered family. You know, Josh Duhamel is the Utopian. He's the lead character. Sheldon Sampson. There's only a couple other actors that I recognize in this show. There's Leslie Bibb is Lady Liberty, and she's famous from, she was in Iron Man 1 and 2, maybe. For sure, she's in 1. She's the reporter that Tony gets with.
Yeah, so she's at Christine Everhart, and I think I told this to Justin recently, but I don't know if George, Frank, you all know this, but she's actually the real life partner of Sam Rockwell, who was in the Iron Man 2 movie as Justin Hammer. Yeah. I was about to say Jason, but I knew if I messed up, you were going to get upset because I know how you feel about people getting your name wrong. So Justin Hammer. But yeah, she actually is the real life partner of Sam Rockwell. Little fun trivia bit right there, in case you guys didn't know.
She was in the league as well. She was Pete's wife.
Yep.
Right? Yeah, I remember her. Yeah, she's funny.
Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm looking at the cast right now. I don't see anyone that I particularly know outside of the first two.
Newer people to me, but it's about these superpowered people and their kids, and it's only the first volume of what apparently is a 4-volume story, and so not everything's explained. I think maybe George's the only person who watched it besides me. George, what did you think about it?
I hate to shit on your show, Justin, but I didn't like it. I didn't like, the only thing that I found kind of interesting was like the story. I watched 4 episodes because after that I was like, I'm not wasting any more time on the show. And I tried. I gave it a chance. I really did. But just I don't know, something about it just seems so fucking cheesy to me, dude. Like the character, I don't know, dude. It seems very cheesy for me. The effects and shit, like that fight scene where they were fighting the the Doomsday looking, whatever the fuck his name was.
Yeah, Black Star. Yeah.
Yeah, like all just how it was filmed, it just looked fucking weird.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Some of the shots do look. It's almost like, this will make sense. Remember how like Spartacus, some of that stuff looked.
Mm-hmm.
Like it wasn't. It's kind of. It was almost like that 300 kind of Zack Snyder look.
Something, yeah, but worse.
Yeah, but worse. Yeah. So the guy who created or who brought Spartacus to TV is also the guy who's in charge of this show, Stephen DeKnight, and he's done a lot of stuff. He's done, you know, he did some Smallville stuff. He did some Arrow stuff. He's done a lot of comics and, you know,
that's what I was going to say. It feels like a CW show to me.
Oh, it's better than the CW show. I mean, it's not better than the Superman show, but
okay. That's what it feels like to me. Like a Flash type show, like those type of shows. I don't know. It's just kind of cheesy to me. And I tried watching 4 episodes. I don't know. I just don't know what it is about it. The characters didn't care for it. Didn't really hit to me. Like the fact that they can't kill anybody. Like the dad's just so. He has like he lives by these like.
It's
codes,
his code,
right? Like
his code, yeah.
His code. Who the fuck is this guy? Dominic Toretto, bro? Like, come on. Every man's got to have a code. Like this dude, but yeah, like when the code can like literally get people killed because you don't want to kill someone, that makes no fucking sense to me.
Yeah.
Like his son literally saved their lives in the first episode, and then he's like, no, you should not have done that. Bitch, y'all would have died. Every single one of y'all. I don't know. It's just
that's that part of like superheroes not killing. It doesn't make sense because it's like, well, okay, it's like we don't kill, but then like, you know, he has a scene where Utopian grabs this character and throws her up in the air and she smashes into the wall, and it's like, I don't know if you killed her, but you damn sure disabled her pretty bad, I would think. Like being thrown through the air like 20 feet into a cement, ceiling or whatever, probably gonna hurt a little bit.
So the whole thing that bothered me too, Justin. So the whole time they were fighting, were they all holding their punches to not kill this motherfucker?
Yeah, I don't see. That's what's confusing about it, because you're right. It happens in the first episode, and you don't even know really who the characters are. Which that's the part of the story that's kind of interesting with the show. The way they do it, they do like half the episode is like current day, and half the episode is like back in the 1920s when these people came into these powers. So these people are older. They're 100 something years old.
Yeah.
They're all made to look older, obviously.
So this is like Witcher type kind of.
Yeah, but it's not
storytelling.
It's not as complex. I think it's way better than Witcher. I'm sorry. Like Witcher did not get me.
No.
Really?
Oh no.
I mean, but Witcher just like
no.
Like Witcher.
It was very.
Like I said,
Witcher was very fucking confusing for me until I got it. I was like, oh shit, okay, it makes sense now.
Yeah, but I mean, like
this
once
show
you
does
figure
make
out,
sense, but it's not better than it.
But with Witcher, like once you figure out the whole timeline, it's like, okay, the rest of the story is just kind of, like I said, it's homeless man's Game of Thrones. Like it's homeless man's Game of Thrones. It's.
I can't even compare it to Game of Thrones because it's not even. Like
no, it's really bad.
Go ahead, Brett.
I was just gonna say, because I brought up Witcher. What I will say about Witcher that I really do appreciate are the fight sequences. I think those are pretty fucking solid and well done. Other than some of the dialogue is just grunts and that kind of thing. But like, I haven't watched Jupiter's Legacy yet. It is on my list to watch, Justin. So I will, like George, give it an honest attempt, and hopefully it won't be like Invincible for me after the first episode and like I'm all right.
I mean, don't get me wrong, like I like this show, but it's not on the level of Invincible. It's not on the level of The Boys. I'm not saying it is. I just think that like the timing of this as an independent comic coming out with these other independent comics who've come out and done really well as these shows and movies or whatever, I think it's in the ballpark. It's not as good as those shows, but it's like it's derivative of it enough, and I enjoyed it. Like I mean, it wasn't the greatest thing ever. I still don't understand like why is it called Jupiter's Legacy. I still don't understand the Jupiter part of it, or if maybe that's not even a part of it. Maybe it's just the name. I don't know. But
so aside from the fact that it's an independent comic that, you know, like you just said, it's coming into,
well, it's not Marvel or DC. I think it's
no, I understand
comics.
That.
Yeah.
I understand that. But what I'm saying is, aside from that, what is it that you particularly like about this show? I mean, can't be just a storytelling.
No, it's like a different story of like a Superman kind of character, but not Superman. You know, it's like
right.
It's a different. I mean, there's Superman aspects to it, like the fact that, you know, Leslie Bibb's character is a reporter in the 20s, you know, before she hooks up with the Utopian. But it's, I don't know. I mean, it's like I said, there's pieces that are similar. I mean, obviously, like they have the Union of Justice, which is basically the Justice League. You know, just like how
is it a 4-hour movie?
No. How Invincible, you had the Guardians of the Globe, which is very derivative of, you know,
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Sounds like Guardians of the Galaxy, but it's very much a Justice League ripoff. You have that in this show too. I really think the kid who plays, and I don't know if George, how far you got in the show, but did you get to the part where the kid who has like the power stick and he can just like disappear? Yeah, I think that guy's going to be a star. Like, I don't know about from this show, but I predict that guy's going to be a star. I don't even know his name. I don't know his name. I've never seen him before, but I think he's a pretty good actor, and he does really well in that role, because he's the son of one of the heroes that apparently turned on the rest of the group. Well, maybe he did, but he doesn't have powers, but he does have this like power stick or power rod or something. I don't know what you call it. It looks like a lightsaber kind of, but he can use it to like transport to anywhere. It was, I don't know. I thought it was interesting. I'd never seen anything like that before.
Does he have to yell out something to like Shazam does?
Basically.
No, but no, he has to say like where he wants to go. Yeah. Like if someone's about to attack him, he'll grab it and go like Idaho, and he'll transport himself to Idaho. But also he'll do a thing where he killed a guy because some guy grabbed the thing and thought, okay, I've stole it. And he said, yeah, but it's voice activated only by me. So he goes like, he's like shark infested waters. And the guy ends up in shark infested waters and dies, you know, like, so it's, I don't know. It's kind of a cool thing. I thought the guy played the role well. And I think like the character that is his father in the show, I thought that guy was pretty cool too. Like it's kind of a mystery. And even the end of the season, they don't totally explain. Yeah, he's cool. Yeah, he's a cool character. I don't know. There's good stuff in there. It's not, I mean, I've seen a lot of critical review and people are just totally panning the show. And I don't think it's like, it's not that bad. It's not tremendous,
I think it has like 38% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Is it really that low?
Yeah, that's when I had checked. It was 38.
Because I think on IMDb, I think it had 7 out of 10 stars, which
6.9.
Okay.
6. Okay, so that's close.
6.9.
Like, yeah. That's fair. I think that's fair. It's a 7 out of 10, you know, maybe an 8 at the highest, but it's, you know, it's not like it's not 3 or 4 out of 10. I'm sorry. Like if that's the case, then all these other shows that people are watching must be fucking amazing or something. And I don't think they are. Like,
well, just wait for The Boys season 3 to come back. I mean, come on.
That's different. But I mean, these other shows I mean, the shows I've watched on Netflix that are Netflix made, like this is pretty good. Like I'm saying, I didn't like The Witcher. I feel
like there's a lot better Netflix shows.
Really? Like superhero type shows? Or
no, not superhero, like just Netflix original shows.
Or like action shows?
No, Ozarks. You seen that one?
Oh, no, that's different though. That's like a different, like that's like prestige TV.
Yeah.
But there's not
very
many
Ozarks. About
Netflix
shows in general. Like Netflix shows in general.
Like action adventure shows on Netflix. You know
so,
what I mean?
Okay, yeah, not.
I had watched Bodyguard that had Richard Madden in it. I think that was a Netflix original. Yeah. And I think that was really well done. George, I remember, was it you, George, or was it Nathan? I think it was Nathan. That had put me on to that one. And then there was another show, I think it was called Messiah. I tried watching it. I really honestly did. It just didn't catch my attention. But Bodyguard for sure was done very well. And that probably has a lot to do with the fact that they casted Richard Madden, you know, Robb Stark. But I think that original show was action packed. It had a decent storyline. It was really good. I actually might go back and rewatch it. So, Frank, what about you? You think if there's any really good or Netflix original shows out there?
Netflix original, like, was new seasons coming up or new seasons just wrapping up?
Just anything in general.
I know Ozark is coming out. Season 4 is coming out this year. I think this summer. I know You's coming out this year as well.
Oh, I'm so excited for You.
That'll be season 3 of You. I like Working Moms. I think that's a funny series.
Of course you do.
What else? That's it as far as Netflix. As far as anything that's coming up, yeah, those are the main 4.
Okay. Now I know that the series, because we're talking about Netflix now, the series or Selena, the series had just dropped its second season. I haven't watched it. I don't know anyone other than some of my family members who have watched it. Any of you guys have checked it out? Selena the series.
I watched like 2 episodes.
Okay.
It was okay. I didn't get into it. That Luis Miguel show is better than that show.
I don't mean to spoil it, but she dies. That's what happens.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
You just gotta hit that sore spot, you know.
She gets shot by her maid / manager /
her fan club president.
Yeah, it's hard for me to watch shows like biopics of actual people when I know what happens in the end. Like I haven't watched the Pablo Escobar biopic, and I heard it's really good.
The show, on Narcos. On Netflix?
Narcos. Yeah, I can't. It's hard for me to watch shows like that because I'm a history guy. And
you already know how it ends.
I know how it ends, and I read a lot of Pablo Escobar books. I know about Selena, and I wasn't a fan of her growing up, but I knew of her, because of her death and some of her popular music. It's just hard for me to watch shows when I know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
that makes sense. That's fair. I forgive you. I'm a fan of Selena, but I just haven't watched the series, and partially because I feel personally that the family just wants to keep making money off of her, and I'm like, just let the woman rest. I mean,
the family approved this? They created this?
Oh yeah, this is everything. The estate did not go to her husband. It went to her father. Her father was in control of everything. Her father was her manager. He is in control of her estate. And so like the movie that Jennifer Lopez starred in was approved by her father. Any album releases since her death has gone through her. Literally her dad controls everything. The wax figure that they revealed a year or 2 ago, again, approved. So he's very much in control of everything that deals with her and keeping, I guess, her legacy alive, which is fine. Whatever. But at the same time, I feel like you just want to keep making money off of her. And I'm like, just let the woman rest. I mean, She died tragically at 23. I mean, let her rest. She would have been 50 this year. I mean, telling you how long this has been going on.
I think that's so weird for a parent to keep making money off their dead child like that. Like,
yeah,
you're not hurting for the change, bro. Like, let your daughter rest in peace. And
this is how crazy it is, Frank. I mean, because obviously, I've followed this whole story. Is that when Selena died? I mean, she was married to her lead guitarist, Chris, who did have a history of, being like the bad guy or bad boy, making poor decisions. But when he wanted to release his own book about his life with Selena and what have you, his ex father-in-law shut him down. And they went to court about this because anything that deals with Selena, her name, her image, anything of that nature, Abraham has to approve. And so he just cut the legs off of Selena's husband. It's insane to me. It's so insane.
That's crazy. Yeah. I don't have much more to say about that. That's pretty fucked up for a father to keep profiting off his dead child. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah. Sorry, I went on a tangent, Justin.
No, it's
Take it
okay.
away.
Perfect transition. Because like, speaking of like insane stories that involve real life people that we know what happened, Frank, you brought this to our attention last week. Sebastian Stan is going to play Tommy Lee in a Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson show on Hulu.
Wow.
First of all, why? Exactly.
And have y'all seen the picture of him as Tommy Lee?
Yeah, he posted it on his Instagram page. But from what I read, it's gonna be a comedy. So
yeah,
of course,
I'm gonna watch.
Yeah, I just don't know, like, why do we need this story to be told? Like,
yeah, the true likeness that Sebastian Stan and Lily James, who's going to play Pamela Anderson, is really unreal to me. I was talking about this with Justin off screen about, I know the name of Lily James. I know I've seen her in something before, and I couldn't remember what it was, but she was in the live action version of Cinderella with, funny enough, Richard Madden and Helena Bonham Carter many years ago. And so she's got like this very sweet, young looking face, but then to see her in the Pamela Anderson getup is like, oh, whoa. There's a real likeness to it. But yeah, seeing that picture of Sebastian Stan, in the tats, he's got like the nipple rings and he's got the eyeliner and all that stuff. Again, the likeness is uncanny. But why do we need to see a comedy show or any type of show that deals with these two? Why?
Yeah.
What band was Tommy Lee in?
Motley Crue.
Motley Crue, yeah.
Motley Crue. Okay, Gotcha.
I can't name not one Motley Crue song. I can name a bunch of other stunts that Mr. Tommy Lee has done in his life that has nothing to do with the band.
Yeah.
Of course you can.
Well, I don't think this is going to be really about him and Motley Crue. I think it's about their time together,
So the stunts, Frank, that you're aware of.
Yeah, absolutely.
And speaking of Motley Crue, there's a Motley Crue movie on Netflix. It came out a couple years ago, and one of the what's his name from Game of Thrones? Oh God, I can't think of his name. He Bolton. Ramsey Bolton.
Yeah, he was in it.
He plays one of the guitar players in Motley Crue in that movie.
Ewan Rayon. Yeah, he was in it. Yeah, John watched the movie, I want to say, when it released, more or less. I wasn't into it because I just don't care. But he said
a book that did really well.
Yeah, but he said that the show was really crazy. Like, just the type of stuff that they were showing, depicting, obviously, Motley Crue and all that they did. I mean, yeah, it sounded nuts. I think the amount of drug use, and I think in a way, and I haven't watched it, by the way, I would kind of relate it to that of the Wolf of Wall Street. How much, crazy stuff that they were doing. I would probably relate it to that with the Motley Crue movie.
Except for it makes more sense for a hair band to be, banging chicks and doing drugs than a stockbroker. But, whatever. I mean, at least to me, in my mind, like.
Good.
So I guess like that's pretty much all on the agenda I had. What have y'all been watching besides what we talked about? I'll go to Brittany. What have you been watching?
Honestly, only The Handmaid's Tale. And I talked about this last week, how I was going to be doing a solo pod to recap the season thus far. That first pod dropped today at time of recording. So if you all out there have not checked out the season 4 recap of The Handmaid's Tale, you can head over to where you find your audio podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. Check out my solo pod of The Handmaid's Tale, which will be coming to you weekly. The next episode will drop tonight, Tuesday at 11 p.m. I'm going to try to do a recap as quickly as possible, and maybe we'll actually get 3 episodes from the Watchers in the Basement in 1 week. So yay.
Unheard of.
Exactly.
But I've listened to part of the show. It's really good. You do a good job with it.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, but never mind. I was gonna say something, but that was a joke from last week.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah, let's keep going. George, what have you been watching?
I just started this new show on Apple TV. Out of all of them, it's called The Mosquito Coast.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh,
it's good. It's surprisingly good. I'm actually hooked on it. Like it's
what's it about?
So you don't really find out. Like basically, it's about this guy who's like hides his identity with his family, and his kids are homeschooled and all this stuff, and we don't know why. Like until the government starts looking for him and they find him, he has to flee the country and get away with all of his family, and just all the shit that happens in between it. There's only 3 episodes out so far. There's going to be new episodes weekly. Every Friday there's a new episode. But I was hooked. Like I was like already the first episode. I was like, what the hell is happening? Like, what did he do?
And does it star anyone that we're familiar with, or is it just like a bunch of unknowns?
The guy's name, I know
his name.
Justin Theroux.
Yeah, Justin Theroux. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I only know him from Parks and Rec, and he played Leslie Knope's like lawyer boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only role I know him from.
Okay.
He's done a lot of stuff though. Like behind the scenes, he was, I think he was like either married or he was with Jennifer Aniston for a while.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
He's done a lot of TV stuff. He actually wrote the script for one of the Iron Man movies.
Really?
Yeah, he's a big comics guy too. Yeah.
No way.
He's like way involved. Go ahead.
His uncle wrote the script for this show. So his
uncle
wrote the show. Okay. And then like before he was even cast for it, he ended up being cast for it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's a good show. I like it.
It looks like Ozark to me, like on that.
Something I
similar?
think it's something like that. I just don't know what the fuck he did. Like we don't know like what he did to have the government, like, because the NSA is looking for this motherfucker. Everybody's looking for him.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'll let y'all know how it goes, but that's what I've been watching.
Have you? I started watching Apple TV Plus recently because I bought a phone about a year ago. My free subscription is about to run out. I never checked it out really. Have you seen Ted Lasso?
Yeah,
it's pretty good. Yeah,
I love it. It's a feel good show. It's like a super like family friendly show. I don't know. It's nice. It's great.
Yeah,
the new season comes out in July. So
I noticed that. I was like, man, I'm gonna have to like get the subscription again.
You need to watch. We get a discount on it, by the way, if you didn't know that. It's $5 a month for music and the show, the TV service. So it's only $5. If y'all didn't know that, with our email. Yeah, with our email.
Ah.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes.
Interesting.
I'm aware now.
Watch. If you still have it, Jay. Have you seen?
Still do.
Did you see the morning show?
I haven't watched that. No.
Jennifer Aniston's on that one.
Is that Steve Carell too?
Steve Carell.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good show. Okay. That was a really good show. Defending Jacob with
Chris Evans.
With Chris Evans. That show was really good. That show was really good. That ending will fuck you up.
Is it just a 1-season thing?
Yeah, it's just a one-off thing. But that show will fuck you up. It's crazy. The ending had me like, what just happened?
What about the Jason Momoa show? Have you seen that? It's called C.
No, I didn't watch that one. But that was the first Apple TV show that came out, and I never watched it. I don't really like him as Aquaman and shit. So I know. Look at Brittany. I knew I was gonna upset her. But
no. I don't care for Aquaman. Period.
You care for Jason Momoa. I know.
Yes, I do, and I was a little hurt by that, George.
I watched the trailer for it, and like it looks amazing. Like the way it like it's like this like futuristic civilization where they like live outside in the woods, and everyone is blind except for like I guess the son or daughter of Jason Momoa. They can actually see. And it looks like Game of Thrones, like in the woods or something.
Really?
Kinda.
I didn't.
So that is so Jason Momoa's like right up his alley. Like he's all about outdoors and things like that. George, I think he does the rock climbing thing, but without the harnesses, whatever that's called.
With Jimmy Chin, like the photographer. He's like a photographer. He climbs with him.
Yeah. So maybe that should earn you some, Jason Momoa points.
No.
Damn it.
No.
Okay, fine. Be like that.
Yeah.
So
no,
what about you?
Yeah.
Go ahead, George. Whatever you say.
No, I was just gonna say check out those shows, Jay, before you cancel Apple TV. Defending Jacob's really good. That's another like murder type show, like trying to figure out who did it.
I heard really good things about that show. Really good stuff.
I loved it. Chris Evans did great in that show. But I have a question for Frank, since I know you finally finished your honor, so I want to hear your thoughts about it.
I did. It pissed me off. It did. It pissed me off.
Thank you. I know.
But I thought it was a great show. I thought the acting was superb. Everything Bryan Cranston's in, I'm a fan of. Like, if Bryan Cranston's in it, I'm gonna watch it. Like, he's on that short list of actors and actresses that whatever project he's gonna be a part of, I'm gonna watch it. And the guy who played Jimmy Baxter, the mob boss, I thought he did a great job as well. I hated the kid. I did. But again, it's a 17-year-old kid, and they're genetically predisposed to make fucked up bad mistakes. And that's just what teenagers do.
Preach.
But the white privilege, the police brutality, and the ongoing suffrage of people in the Black community is just it really hit home for me. It really did. And I hope it was created to really unveil everything that's going on in the justice system and in the police department. I hope that was a reason. I don't know what the motivation was behind it, but as far as like the accuracy of the injustices of this world and how fucked up the police can be, that really conveyed when I was watching all 10 episodes.
It has to, Frank, because I don't see why they would make this show if it didn't affect you this way and like make you think like, wow, this is fucked up. Yeah,
it just leaves you with an exasperated feeling like we are just a fucked up, we're just a horrible fucked up human race, and that the 1% is always going to have that upper edge no matter what we do. It left me defeated. But again, the acting was superb. I can't.
I'm not saying it was a bad show, Frank. Just to make that clear, the show was good. It just pissed me off, and it was very upsetting.
No, that it did. If you have a heart, it's gonna piss you off. Yeah. If you don't have a heart, it doesn't piss you off. You're just fucking dead inside. And I don't know what to say about it. But, it's a very hard show to watch for sure. It's like 1B to the night of. Like the night of was pretty fucked up. Like that's like 1A when it comes to like.
That shit was good though.
No, it was great. No, it was wonderful. But again, like it just, if you're Black or brown in this world, you're pretty much fucked when it comes to justice system in America. So it's just it is what it is.
So the Defending Jacob show is kind of in that space.
Like, no, I can't do any more show like that for a while. I need a break.
Not like Your Honor. Not like Your Honor. It's just like a mystery type show where you try to figure out if this kid committed the murder or not.
Okay.
In that sort of way. Like the night of, you have to figure out like, is he lying? Like, did he really kill her? Or like that. So it's that type of show.
I'm gonna check out that Chris Evans show, but I'm interested in that Mosquito Coast because I just dropped like last week and looked again. A lot of that Apple stuff like looks really cool, like visually.
It's filmed beautifully. Yeah. It's great.
But right now I've got to finish Sherlock.
Nice.
I'm on the season finale of season 2 right now.
I love that
I've got
season.
2 more seasons to go.
Season 2 is probably my favorite. I love that season.
I personally enjoy season 2 and season 3 the most. I'm actually about to wrap up season 4 before it leaves Netflix. So yay, Justin, finally on the Sherlock bandwagon.
But you know what though? The opposite of what y'all want for Loki, like I want like 45-minute episodes of this show. Like hour and a half, like I want hour and a half of Loki, 45 minutes of Sherlock.
It's like a movie, man. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like 3 movies in a season, like.
And then people had to wait 2 years for the next
Exactly.
season.
Exactly.
Yeah, I understand.
It balances. It balances.
But when you have the pressure of trying to like, binge something because it's about to leave Netflix this week.
Okay, wait a minute. I've only been telling you to watch Sherlock for like a year. You brought this upon yourself.
I've only known about it in the last couple of weeks. I've never heard of the character.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
Sherlock Holmes is a new character. I don't think that there's any like books or anything written about him. I think that.
Yeah, not the Hounds of Baskerville or anything like that. No.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it's just how long has it been on Netflix? Because I didn't know it was on Netflix.
It's been on it for quite some time.
Yeah. For a long time.
A long time.
That's y'all's fault for not telling me. So
Brittany, I'm pretty sure Brittany told you.
No.
I'm about to say some words I shouldn't say on camera, okay? You brought this upon yourself. I've been telling you to do it. I've been telling you probably to do it since you told me to watch Game of Thrones.
Oh, no. Come on. That was like years ago.
Oh, we're going to fight.
No, like there's no way you told me to watch Sherlock when that was
okay,
like
maybe
20,
not.
That was like 2016 or something.
It was out. It was about to do its final season in 2017.
But you're a recent bandwagon fan. You weren't Sherlock from the beginning.
No.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I'm just messing. I have no clue.
I wasn't. I'll admit that. I'm okay. But I've been telling you for like over a year to watch Sherlock. You're like, yeah, it's on my list. It's on my list. It's on my list. But you can watch everything else but Sherlock.
Hey, when something like Jupiter's Legacy drops, I've got to watch it.
Oh my God.
Okay?
George, Jupiter's Legacy, Sherlock. Thank you.
You know what? I don't agree. I like Sherlock fine.
Oh my God.
You haven't watched Jupiter's Legacy.
I don't need to. You've got Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman.
Okay. Let's get into it. The Sherlock stuff is annoying in one respect. So he does like the superhero trick where he looks at some dude and it's like, oh, he's got crumbs on his face and he had an egg sandwich last Thursday and he doesn't ties his shoes with his left hand or something like. And it's like, come on, dude, this is like the most ridiculous. He scans the dude for like 3 seconds and can tell him like, he had green beans on 4 weeks ago or something. And it's like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, he's a genius. You're just mad because you're not.
I never said I was.
Au contraire, my friend. Au contraire.
I just think it's like he's a regular person. He's not a superhero.
Think of him as a superhero.
He literally is like Tony Stark minus the Iron Man suit. He's fucking brilliant.
How about this?
And you know what? Compared to his brother, he's actually slower. He's not as smart as his brother.
If I want to watch a superhero, guess what I'll do? I'll watch a superhero show like Jupiter's Legacy.
Yeah, that's why you haven't finished Sherlock yet.
If I wasn't cheap and this mic were more expensive, I would drop it.
You have the other one that stopped working. You can drop that one.
Oh yeah, I do, but it's not arm's reach. It's close, but well, anyway, regardless, I'm going to keep watching Sherlock.
Damn
right. Is there anything else y'all are watching before
our friendship depends on it?
I'm gonna start this show called Gangs of London. It's on AMC. The first season started like last month, and I heard good things about it. It has like an 8.0 out of 10 on IMDb. So I'm gonna check it out.
Anything like Gangs of New York? Because that was kind of rough.
I don't know. I know it's about international gangs in London, like drug wars, things of that nature. So I'm definitely gonna check it out and see what it's like. So I will report back next Tuesday.
That sounds exciting. On AMC, you said?
Yeah, it's on AMC.
All right, I'm gonna have to check that out too, because London. I love me some London. Oh my goodness.
George, anything else that you're looking ahead to or watching or thinking about?
That episode 4, the Mosquito Coast. I'm really curious what the hell is gonna happen on that show. It's pretty fucking crazy.
Cool. Brittany, what about you? Anything else coming up?
Other than the Handmaid's Tale episode dropping tonight at 11, I'm hoping that we're really gonna pick up with the storyline and just keep on going. And like I said, I'll be doing my recap this week that will hopefully drop at the very latest Friday. So be on the lookout for that. But it'll only be an audio only podcast.
Right. And again, how can people find that podcast? And if they want to like maybe talk about how great the show is, how can they do that?
All you have to do is search The Watchers in the Basement on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And don't forget to head over to YouTube in case you already aren't there watching this. Just kidding. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Leave us a comment and a like. We actually did increase our subscribers this past week. So shout out to our new subscribers. Thank you so much for tuning in and liking our last video upload over the behind the scenes for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That was really awesome. Thank you so much. Also, if you do want to just listen to the audio podcast of The Watchers in the Basement, you can go to Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, all thanks to anchor.fm. And last but not least, if you do want us to review something that you are very much into, be sure to tweet us using the hashtag WatchersBasement.
Yeah, and just wait till we take over TikTok this summer. We're going to do TikTok episodes. We're actually we're not. But
no, we're not.
we might. Hey, if you really want us to do TikTok
90-second recaps.
Oh my God.
That would be awesome.
That's rough.
You just got to pay for it, So maybe we'll set up a Patreon or something, or maybe if you want to Venmo us money, we can maybe give you some account,
That'll work.
We're gonna start at OnlyFans, guys.
Oh.
The Watchers OnlyFans.
We're gonna be rich.
The OnlyFans in the basement. There we go.
I'm sure some ladies that want to pay to see Frank, right?
Woo!
Nah, fam. I ain't that special.
You're special to me.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Before we do sign off, though, I do want to just say this in front of everyone. Justin, happy belated birthday. Hope you had a great day. Turning 31 again. So yeah, enjoy.
Right. Sorry. Perfect timing as always. There's I don't know if there's a war going on outside my apartment or something, but you hear those sirens. That's on my end.
Mm-hmm.
But thanks for the birthday wishes. I turned 41 on Sunday. So
you don't look it, Jay. You don't look it.
It's pretty crazy to think that I'm 41 years old. Because I don't feel.
I got improv tickets for you this Friday, man. If you're interested for your birthday.
Oh no, that's okay. I'm good though. But I appreciate the thought though. It's weird. Like
you don't look it. You don't look it. For
sometimes
sure.
I feel like it. Sometimes I feel like I'm like 70 with my back issue. So
oh my goodness.
Hopefully we can get that fixed pretty soon. But
oh man.
Anyway, thank you, Brittany, for the social media stuff. So for Brittany, for George, for Frank, this is Justin saying we will see you next week as we will talk about fill in the blank. See ya.